Next question is, you note down the next question. Of journal. Enter the following transaction in the journal of Maruti Nandan Stores. The name of the firm is Maruti Nandan Store. Maruti Nandan Store. Maruti Nandan Store. Okay. So we have to write the name in the books of Maruti Nandan Store, journal entry, and this is the format. This column is for date. This is for particular, space is for particular, where we will write the debit and credit, whose account will be debited and whose account is credited by us. Then narrations, then amount of debit here, amount of credit this side. This is for ledger folio. So start with this. Purchased goods from Ghanshyam of the list price of rupees 50,000 at 15% trade discount. Purchased goods from Ghanshyam. The list price of this goods is, the list price is 50,000 and it is purchased at 15% trade discount. I have written TD in short, trade discount. So 15% of 50,000, we will calculate the 15% of 50,000. So it is 7,500. Okay, trade discount is 7,500. So after deducting the trade discount, the amount is 42,750. So we will do the entry at this figure. Trade discount is not recorded in the book, so we will do the entry at the figure of 42,500. So purchase goods from, so we will write the year first, 2020. Thereafter we write the month, it is January, and date is 10. So in this date, purchase goods from Ghanshyam. So purchase account will open. We will open the purchase account and we will open the Ghanshyam account. Ghanshyam account. Purchase is comes under nominal. Ghanshyam comes under personal. Rules of nominal: all expenses and losses debit. So purchase is expense, debit, and rules of personal account: debit the receiver and credit the giver. Here the Ghanshyam is giver of the goods, so his account will be credited. We have purchased the goods from Ghanshyam, so Ghanshyam is the giver, so his account will be credited. So here we will start with the purchase. When we write the purchase, we write the word later from here, no space. Okay, purchase account, debit, and Ghanshyam is credit, so we will take the space over here. Then we will write 2 to indicate we are going to write the amount in credit side, to Ghanshyam. No need to write the account. Okay, Ghanshyam. So amount, we will take the amount 42,500. 42,500 is in debit in front of purchase, and in front of Ghanshyam we will write the amount in credit column. And here we write the narration being goods purchased on credit at 15% trade discount. At 15% trade discount. This is the first transactions. Now see the next transaction. Return goods to Ghanshyam of the list price of rupees 2,000. 2,000 goods. The list price of the goods 2,000 which was purchased from Ghanshyam is going to return. So again we'll deduct the TD from here. TD of 2000 into 15 by 100. So it is 300. So purchase return will be recorded at 1700. Returned goods to Ghanshyam of the list price 2000. List price 2000. Trade discount 15%. So we'll calculate the 15% of 2000. It is 300. So we'll do the entry at this figure. So here purchase return, when we return the goods, we will open the purchase return account, which is also known as return outward account. Purchase return is also called return outward account. So here Ghanshyam is personal account. When we return the goods to Ghanshyam, he is the receiver. So his account will be debited. Okay, and purchase return, you considered it as a real account assets. What goes out is credit. What goes out is credit. Goods goes out. So this will be credited. When we return the goods goes out. Okay, it's a reversal entry. So January, your date is January 13. So Ghanshyam account will be debited. Ghanshyam account will be debited to, will credit the purchase return. Purchase return is also known as return outward. Return outward. So we'll write the narration being goods returned. Being goods returned. Okay, being goods returned. So we'll take this amount, not this amount, because this is the list price, and we'll deduct the trade discount, because at the time of purchase we also deduct the trade discount. So at the time of purchase return of the same goods, we'll deduct the discount, trade discount from the listed price, so that we'll do the entry with this figure 1700. 1700 debit in Ghanshyam account, debit, and purchase return account is credited, so in the credit column. Okay, the next entry is your paid cash to Ghanshyam 40,000 in full settlement. Paid cash to Ghanshyam 40,000. So we are paying cash to Ghanshyam. We are paying cash to Ghanshyam. So Ghanshyam account will be open. Cash account, we have paid cash in full settlement. So discount received. We will receive the discount. When we will pay the amount, okay, then we'll get the discount, or somebody will pay the amount to us, then we allow the discount. So when we receive the discount, it's an income, and when we allow the discount, it's an expense. So here when we pay the amount to Ghanshyam is the personal account, cash comes under real account, and discount comes under which account? Nominal account. So when we pay the amount to Ghanshyam, so Ghanshyam is the receiver. So his account will be debited. Cash account is real account. What goes out is credit. Cash goes out from the business. So this will be credited. Discount received is the income. When you receive the discount, it's an income, and all income and gains are credited. So Ghanshyam account will be debited. Ghanshyam account will be debited by us. To cash is credit, so we'll write the to cash. Cash account is credit. You see over here, cash will be credited and discount received will be credited. To discount received. To discount received. Okay. Then we'll write the narration being amount received in full settlement. In being amount, not received, not being amount paid for full settlement. Being amount paid for the full settlement. So how much amount? Purchase cash paid to Ghanshyam rupees 40,000 in full settlement of his account. We have purchased the goods of rupees 42,500. Out of that we have returned goods. 1,700 goods is returned. So the rest amount is 40,800 we have to pay. We have to pay 40,800 to Ghanshyam. But we have paid how much? We have paid only 40,000. It means the difference indicate 800. The difference indicate your discount received. When you have paid 40,000 and your account is settled, it means this much amount you have not paid and your account is settled. This indicate discount received. You have received the discount because your account is settled after paying rupees 40,000. However, you have to pay 40,800. So when your account is settled, it indicate that you have received the discount. So 800 discount received, cash is paid by you is 40, and this much amount you have to pay, but this much you have paid it. Okay, so this is about the third transactions. Now come to the fourth one. The third transaction date was June 15. The third transaction date was June 15. So write the June 15, okay? In the third transaction. I have not written the date. You write the date. June 15, okay? Now, thereafter, the fourth transactions. Continue with the fourth transaction. Fourth transaction is purchase goods from Raghu of the list price 60,000. You have purchased goods from Raghu. List price of the goods is 60,000 at 10% trade discount. 10% trade discount. So 10% of 60,000 is 6,000. 10% of this amount is 6,000. So purchase is only 54. This is actual purchase. After deducting the trade discount, the purchase figure will come. This is not the purchase figure. List price of the goods is this, but trade discount allowed by them is 6,000. So final purchase will be 54,000. We have purchased the goods at rupees 54. However, listed price is 60, but after deduction of 10% TD directly from the invoice or cash memo, so this figure will indicate your purchase. So purchase account, we will open the purchase account. Purchase account, okay, 54,000, and goods purchased from Raghu. Raghu is the supplier. Raghu is the supplier, okay. So purchase comes under nominal, Raghu comes under personal. So all expenses debit here and Raghu giver, so his account will be credited. This trade discount is not recorded in the books through journal, okay. This will be only given in the narrations. So purchase will be debited. Date is January 20 is the date. Purchase January 20 is the date. Purchase account debit, and will credit whose account? Will credit the Raghu account, because Raghu is the giver. Raghu account will be credited, being goods purchased on credit. That's narration. This much narration is enough to know that why I have debited purchase account and why I have credited Raghu account. So amount, which amount we will take to write it over here? This amount 54 after deduction of the trade discount. 54,000 in debit and 54,000 is in credit. In Raghu's we'll write in the credit side, in purchase we'll write in the debit side. Next is return goods to Raghu of the list price 5,000. Okay, list price 5,000. So 10% also will deduct it once again over here. So it is 4,500. This is what? This is purchase return. Goods which was purchased, whose list price was 5,000. The goods which was purchased, the goods which was returned by us, whose list price was 5,000, will deduct the trade discount 10%, because at the time of purchase we have deducted the trade discount from the listed price. So here we have to deduct the trade discount from the returned listed price of the goods, of the returned goods. So final purchase return will do this entry. So purchase return, we'll open the account of purchase return and Raghu. Okay, we have returned the goods to Raghu. So here come Raghu. When we return the goods to Raghu, Raghu is the receiver, then his account will be debited, and purchase return comes under real account. What goes out is credit, goods goes out from the business, so this will be credited. So here January date is 22nd. So the debit Raghu account will debit, Raghu account will debit, and credit is purchase return. Purchase return is also known as return outward account, being goods returned. That's it. This figure will take it over here. So Raghu account will be debited with the 4,500 and purchase return account will be credited with 4,500. So this transaction is completed. Now see the next transaction. Paid cash to Raghu 49,000 in full settlement of his account. Paid cash to Raghu rupees 49,000 in full settlement of his account. So finally we have purchased the goods from Raghu 54, this one, and we have returned this much goods to Raghu. So we have to pay 49,500. Yes, 49,500 we have to pay. But actually we have paid 49,000 only in full settlement. It means this 500 difference indicate the discount received. Discount received. Okay, discount received. So the next entry will be, for this transaction the entry will be on January, the date is January 25. So paid cash to Raghu account will be debited because Raghu is the receiver, and will debit the Raghu account with this amount 49,500. To cash account we have paid cash. How much? 49,000. So cash goes out from the business. Cash goes out from the business, comes under real account, and we have earned a discount. Discount received. It's an income. All incomes and gains are credited as per nominal account. So 500 is our income. 500. So discount received is 500. So narration will be being amount paid in full settlement, okay, being amount paid in full settlement. So 49,500 is the amount due, but we have paid 49,000 in full settlement. It means 500 discount is earned by us. Discount received is our income. Nominal account, cash goes out from business, and finally account of Raghu is settled of 49,500. Now see the next question. Okay, now see the next question. Past journal entries for the following transactions. Sold goods to Mukesh, January 6. It is January 6. Sold goods to Mukesh, sorry, not Mukesh, Muskan, of the list price rupees. List price of the goods is 2 lakhs at 10% rate discount, 20% rate discount. So 20% of 2 lakhs is 40,000. So 1,60,000. So actual sales will be considered. This is the actual sales value, 1,60,000. So sold goods to Muskan. So Muskan account, we'll open the Muskan account and sales account. So Muskan comes under personal, sales comes under nominal, personal account. When we sold goods to Muskan, Muskan is the receiver. So his account will be debited, and nominal account, it's an income, sales is the income, is our revenue. So this will be credited. All incomes and gains are credited. So here Muskan account will be debited. And sales account will be credited to sales account. Sales account will be credited. Being, now write the narration, being goods sold on credit at 20% rate discount. We'll write the 1,60,000 is in debit in front of the Muskan, and in front of Muskan 1,60,000, and in front of sales credit side 1,60,000. So this is the entry. Is it clear? This is the entry. Next transaction is Muskan returned goods of the list price 5,000. Muskan, who is our customer, she has returned the goods. How much? The list price of that goods is, which is returned by her, is 5,000. So again what we do, deduct the trade discount of 5,000, 20% of 5,000. So 1,000. So this is 4,000. This is what? This is your sales return. Sales return will be recorded after deducting the trade discount, 4,000. Okay. So here the account will be sales return. So Muskan, here we have what we have, Muskan return goods. So Muskan is the giver. He is the giver. So his account will be, her account will be credited. And here it comes under real account. Assets goes out from the business, goes out. So it is credit. Assets comes in the business when the customer returned the goods, then we will receive that goods. Okay, so what comes in is debit. So sales return account debit. Sales return is also known as return inward. sales return is also known as return inward. So sales return account debit to Muskan account will be credited. You see the Muskan account, it is credited, and sales return account is debited because it comes in. So narration will be very simple, being goods returned by Muskan. Okay. So date is January 8. Okay, January 8. Amount is, we will take this amount 4,000 in debit in sales return, and Muskan account will be credited in the credit column 4,000. This amount will be taken by us. Trade discount is not recorded in the books of the firm. The next entry is received from Muskan in full settlement. So when we have sold goods to Muskan 1,60,000, this is the amount we have sold, and he has returned goods. Now see, when we have sold the goods to Muskan of rupees 1,60,000 after deduction of the trade discount, and thereafter Muskan has returned the goods, sales return, she has returned the goods of rupees 4,000. Okay, so we have to pay how much? We have to pay 1,56,000. Okay, we have to pay. But the third transaction, when we read the third transaction, received from Muskan the full payment under a cash discount of 4%. So cash discount is 4%. So less cash discount at the rate of 4%. So 4% of 1,56,000. 4% of 1,56,000. It is 6,240. 4% of 1,56,000. Okay, so this amount will be deducted, and the final payment will be 1,49,600. This will be the final payment, and this indicate your cash discount. So the next entry for this transaction will be, the next entry, that is the fourth entry. Let's say not third entry, third and last entry it is. So date of this is 15, January 15. So received from Muskan. So in this transaction cash is involved, cash, because we have received it. It is real account. Discount allowed, and Muskan and Muskan. The three account is involved. It's real, it's nominal, and it's personal. So when we have received the cash received from Muskan, when we have received, what comes in is, what we do? Debit. So when we receive the cash, we allow the discount. When we allow the discount, it's our expense, the expense of the business, because we are allowing discount. So all expenses debit, and Muskan sees the giver, comes under personal account, credit. Muskan comes under personal account, Muskan sees the giver of the amount. So the entry will be cash account debit cash account debit, discount allowed account debit, it's an expense, and Muskan account will be credited. So we'll take the gap to write the credit, start with the 2. Muskan account will be credited. So the amount will be decided by us. Cash, this much amount, 1,49,760. This much amount we will receive. We will receive this much amount. 6,240 is the discount. Okay, and this amount will be credited, 1,56,000. This is the balance amount after the sales return. So discount, this is a cash discount which is recorded in the books. It is allowed, so it's an expense, 6,240. This much amount we have received, and for this much amount we will credit it. So debit and credit is equal. So narration will be being amount received after giving 4% cash discount. Okay, in full settlement, that's it. So this transaction is completed. So this transaction is clear. So if you want to record the transaction perfectly without any errors, then you have to know the rules of debit and credit. You have to know the rules of debit and credit. Why this account is going to debit, why this account is going to credit. So as we discussed earlier also, that you have to know the rules of personal account, debit the receiver and credit the giver. You have to know the rules of real account, what comes in is debit, what goes out is credit. You have to know the rules of nominal account, all expenses and losses are debited and all incomes and gains are credited. When we know all the rules of these 3 different accounts under the traditional approach which was developed in England, then we can easily apply it. So first of all, in any transaction we have to see which account is involved. First of all, we find it out. Thereafter we see the nature of the account, whether it comes under personal, real or nominal. Accordingly, then thereafter we apply the rules of that particular account for debit and credit. Okay, then we have to decide the amount. If the debit amount is there, then we'll write in the debit column. If the credit amount is there, then we'll have to write in the credit column. For amount there is a 2 column, one for debit, another is for credit. So if any account is debited, so we write the amount in the debit column. If any account is credited, to start with credit, so amount we will write in the credit column. Okay, and just straight of this credit, straight line, you have to write the amount. Okay, and in every page what we do the total of this total, we do it and write it over here, balance carry forward. And this balance carry forward will be brought down in the next page as balance brought forward, okay, and this will continue till the end of the financial year. Balancing total of one page. When we do the total of one page, we will do the total, both sides we do the total. Okay, and here we write in the particular balance carry forward. What will write? Balance carry forward. This you do in every page. Okay, this you do it in every page. Just once again I am explaining you. Okay, here when suppose it's a page number 1, So in the page number 1, when you have noted down all the transactions, suppose 5, 6 or 7 transaction has covered under this page. So what you do at the end, you do the total. Suppose this side total is 1 lakh. Obviously this side total will be also 1 lakh because every debit have a corresponding credit with the same amount. So here you write balance carry forward, CF. Balance carry forward, this amount will carry forward. Where this amount will be carry forward? In page number 2. This, now I am entering into the page number 2. What I will do in the page number 2, before starting the transactions, I will write over here balance brought forward. Here I will write 1 lakh and 1 lakh in a straight line. Okay, here I will write 1 lakh and 1 lakh. This is the amount of balance brought forward, which is carry forward from the previous page, from page number 1 to page number 2. Again I will do the total of this page. Suppose this page total is, there are so many figures in the debit and credit, so many figures in debit and credit. Now I do the total over here. The total comes 2,50,000. 2,50,000 both side. In the page number 3, this is the total. We'll write balance carry forward. Okay. Now in the page number 3, what I will do, this balance will write at the top. Balance brought forward, I will write the top over here. At the top, 2,50,000 debit, 2,50,000 credit. This process will go on till the end of the financial year.